Greetings in Christ, West Hartford Cooperative Parish. I'm here today to share a couple of thoughts with you regarding our current situation with respect to COVID. I'm recording this just a few hours after Governor Hogan announced another state of emergency. And I know that many people in our community are scared and anxious. I know some of you are anxious and worried and even scared, and I've had the chance to talk to some of you about this. The first thing I want to say is this. God has not abandoned us. God is with us in the midst of this. And this is an opportunity for us to trust and look for God in our midst. One of the things we believe as Christians is that it is in the midst of turmoil and danger and fear that God meets us. This is part of what we celebrate at Christmas, in this Christmas tide. It's part of what the cross of Christ is about. That in those moments of greatest fear and greatest danger, greatest anxiety, God is most present with us if we look for Him, if we trust that He is with us. So be on the lookout for how God is showing up even in this troubling time. Second, there's some very practical things all of us can be doing to care for ourselves, our neighbors, and especially for those healthcare workers who are under such great stress at the moment. First of all, we should all be continuing to wear masks on Sunday mornings, but also in public, wherever we go, and maybe we should be thinking about upgrading our masks. Also on Sunday mornings, I hope starting this week, we're going to be a little bit more careful about social distancing in our sanctuaries. Maybe sitting every other pew as much as we can to give some space between us and those around us. Second, if you have been sick for whatever reason, or if you have been around someone who later tested positive for COVID, or if you have maybe tested positive for COVID but don't have symptoms, please stay home and join us virtually on Zoom or on YouTube. We've invested in sound and video technology to provide this. Please take advantage of them. Third, please get vaccinated. And if you've been vaccinated, please get your booster shot. I've had both doses of the Pfizer vaccine. I've had the Moderna as a booster. Everyone in our family, except our youngest, is fully vaccinated at this point. We're looking forward to being able to do boosters when they become available for our children. We're in the process of getting our youngest child vaccinated. This is part of how we make sure we care for ourselves. The vaccines are not going to do everything, but time and again they have shown that they prevent the most serious illnesses in many, if not most cases, and that they are effective in other ways in helping contain this pandemic. And then finally, if you have been at church and later find out that you either tested positive for COVID or got sick, please do let me know. It helps us to let other people know that they have been around someone who has been sick or may have been sick, so that everyone can make decisions for themselves about whether to get tested, whether to talk to a doctor, and so on. So, again, look for God in the midst of this. I won't say don't be anxious, but rather trust God to meet you in the midst of these anxious times, and look for His presence, His love in these difficult times. And second, all of us can and should be taking practical steps to care for ourselves, for our neighbors, and for our community. Thanks for taking the time to watch this, and I hope to see many, if not all of you, this coming Sunday.